All right, we're going to be doing a little bit deeper dive into Ozark Trails. Okay, so previously, if you remember, we did take a look at this 10-piece Ozark Trails Survival Kit. All right, just a real quick recap: emergency blanket, paracord bracelet, ferrocerium rod, the bottle holder, a knife, commando saw, emergency card, carabiner, and a whistle. All right, so those are the pieces we got with that one. Now what we're going to do is we're going to be opening up this 22 piece camping survival kit. So I know some people have already done this one before, but maybe you haven't seen it. But we're going to open this one up here. And we're going to get this opened up. All right, so for starters, it's 21 piece plus the bag. All right, so we're going to start with the bag, which has a zip tie on the zipper here. We're going to carefully use the zip tie pretty tight. We're going to use our other Ozark Trail knife to see if we can, without cutting the zippers, we want to get that open. Alright, it's not terribly sharp. Alright, when all else fails, we go to our 1942 combat fighter. And it clipped it right off. Alright, and again, just a reminder, this is the same knife, not this particular one, but I have a second one. This is going to be what's in the giveaway for 500 subscribers. Alright, so let's get this bag opened up. And we'll talk about the bag. Okay, so for starters, the great thing, you have the clamshell opening. So that's good. Alright, so lots of room in here. Alright, so the first thing we have is a 220 lumen flashlight. Let's see if they are cheap or, yeah, they're cheap. That's alright, because got rechargeable batteries right here. Alright, so single AA. And these are chargeable. I like that aspect of it because even if they don't last as long as others, okay, this is your typical Cree square, your square LED. Alright, so it's got 3 high, low, and strobe. So that it is branded Ozark Trails. Alright, so we got a flashlight. 220 lumens, it's okay. Next, we do have the 8 3/4 inch folding knife with 3.5 inch serrated blade, which is the exact knife that we got here. Exactly the same. Has the same serration. Alright, so that is a duplication right there, which is going to bring me to the other. I don't like serrated edges, but you know, we'll this one might be a little bit sharper than the other one. Again, it's just some cheap Chinese steel, I'm sure. It is branded Ozark Trails, like everything. All right. And oh yeah, and to be the inside of the bag does have elastic strapping in here to hold your items down. All right. Next up, we do have another paracord bracelet, whistle, striker, compass. The bottom line, that's additional cordage, so not hating them on that right there. All right, next we do have the Ozark Trails folding shovel with built-in compass. Anything with a built-in compass, I'm always skeptical on, because you know that's just a sign of pure survivalism there. But it is a plastic handle, so that's nice. This compass is actually in a plastic housing, so that means that the metal's not shouldn't mess with it too much. And it is pointing north, so we're good there. And basically, very small shovel, but it is a digging tool. You have a serrated edge there. Bottle opener, of course. And you can use that as a pick. So it's small, but in a pinch, you probably use this for like foraging or something like that. But it'll work. We'll give it a try later on. It does have its own pouch with a belt loop. That's really nice, because if you need to put it on your belt, you can put it on the belt, separate it out so that you have access to it. So, all right, so we got the shovel. All right, and then moving on, we have another one of the, where's it at? All right. Where are we at here? All right, here it is. All right, so we have another cable saw. So we got two of those. All right, redundancies are good though sometimes, so don't get me wrong. All right. And moving on, we do have the fire starter helpers. These are where are they at? Where are they at? Where are they at? Right there we go. So yeah, fire starter helpers. These are gonna be wax jute, which actually, I gotta clean my desk, but I actually, oh here they are. I actually made some of my own with some jute twine, and I put them in one of the bags from the Grim Workshop. So I have my own. I've been making my own jute twine fire starter helpers like this. This was a little bit thicker. I need to get some of this thicker jute twine. Cut it off, fluff it up. We're gonna put this to the test as well. All right, there's 4 of those, and then we have 2 glow sticks. You can see the tubes still in there. You can. Yeah, so 2 glow sticks are good. You got the flashlight. That's good for when you're moving around. But if you're like if you're in your shelter or whatever, you can crack one of these, and they're usually good for about 8 hours. I'm not sure how long these will last. But, and then of course, we do have that. Next we have another water bottle hook. So again, comes in both of them. All right. Then we have the camping fork. And for those of you that have never seen one of these, we got the same one in our Harbor Freight one. You got a knife. This knife is sharper. This one actually has a pretty sharp edge. This one might be sharper than the folding knife. But you got a pretty nice edge on that. Then of course, which is good, you got another bottle opener, of course. And I don't know what this gimping is for here. It makes no sense. But these right here, these are like tie-offs. So you can actually like hook this to, if you got yourself like a stick, you can actually fashion this into something that you can use to fish. Or you know, frogs, something like that. Then of course you do have a whistle. I'm inside. I'm not going to try that yet. We are going to try this stuff, just not yet. And that I'm going to get to that in a little bit. Then of course we do have another little piece of, I guess it's supposed to be lanyard. But basically, you can use this to tie that off. They come in the same package, so. All right, that's your camping fork. And then what is that? All right, it says whistle with sheath. There's no sheath. It's just another one of these whistles. So that's another whistle. All right. Then of course, you got to have the pocket card tool. I actually have a whole bunch of these because actually I was using one at work and I lost it, and so I bought a pack of 11 for almost nothing. And so, and you know what? I get it. Oh, and this one though is okay. This is like your saber card, and this has a nice edge on it too. It's got a can opener, of course a bottle opener, different hexes. This is for like butterfly nuts. You have a few more hexes here. This is for using with a map. It's got some saw with some pretty good. This is actually a pretty well made saber card, and it is different than the other one we got in the 8-pack, the 10-pack. So it's similar, but I think that's not. You got two of them, and they're not exactly the same. So now we have a decent can opener with this one because that edge is really sharp on this saber card. This is better than most saber cards you get. I'm just saying, you know, and if you've watched my videos, I like these cards. They're handy. Okay, all right, moving on. We got a pair of junky scissors. I can tell just by looking at these. These are like junk school type scissors. These are going to be absolute garbage. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but they don't look that great. Well, they are kind of stiff. Well, they might do the trick. I don't know what you're cutting, but you have scissors. All right. All right, moving on. We have yet another carabiner. But again, and I'm not upset about this because we got a carabiner in the 10-pack. Now we got another carabiner here. But this is good because this can be used to help you, like, with if you need to hang stuff up. You know, you get your paracord. You can use this to, you know, attach stuff to the paracord. You can have paracords of both. You know, you can use this to, like, tighten up your lines and stuff on your shelters. So another carabiner. Not going to hate on it. Okay. Moving on, we have the 7-in-1 multifunctional pocket keychain knife. And this actually has a decent blade too. So you actually get two knives in this. This one does not lock. That means you have to be careful with it. It has a knife. You've got, and you know what? These are actually a lot better than the scissors I've seen in a lot of these cheap knives. So you've got a second pair of scissors. All right, you got another bottle opener with a flat tip screwdriver. Then over here, this is probably the can opener. There's your can opener. It has a pretty good edge there. Then on the back side, you have a corkscrew because, you know, we're going to be cracking open a bottle of wine when we're in the wilderness. Now, it can be used for other things, though. I mean, you can use a can opener. Actually, is a pretty useful item. You got your Phillips screwdriver, and then in the center here we have an awl, which kind of hard to get out without having the screwdriver. But there's an awl in the middle there. So, actually, this feels a heck of a lot better than that little junky one we got in the Big Lots Adventure Unlimited. This little thing was just ridiculous, but it has a toothpick. So that was still probably the worst one I've ever bought. But so we got a secondary cutting tool. All right, actually three. I mean, if you get the saber card, you got the multi tool, you got the knife, you got the saber card, you got 4 cutting tools. You got that too. So far we got 4 cutting tools, not including that stupid wire saw, which Tactical Box charges $14.95 for, which is absolutely ridiculous. All right, moving on, we have 13.1 foot of 550 paracord. It does have inner strands, So we got So now we actually have actual cordage with Ozark Trail. And again, I'm just referring to when I say like this. Yeah, we have paracord, but I'm talking just Ozark Trails. All right, so we got 550 paracord, and then we have another magnesium fire starter. We'll give this one a try too. Let's see if it works any better. And then last but not least, and this is something that I thought was really cool, because the last thing you need to do is to be eaten alive, so you actually have a mosquito head net. So, and I think this is a great thing, because you may not realize it, but this could be a lifesaver and a game changer. I was actually watching an old Periscope films on YouTube. I was watching Periscope films, and they were talking about Arctic survival, and they had like a downed Air Force crew, and I think it was a training video, but it looked really good. And you know, they had like the mosquito nets on because I mean they're in the Arctic, they're like Alaska or the Arctic, but there was like the mosquitoes because you had stagnant water, and the one guy didn't have and he was just getting eaten up. So these mosquito head nets. Trust me, especially at night if you're sleeping, you don't want to be eaten alive. So, and it does come with this nice little scrunch sack. So that's pretty cool too. And that'll keep other things off of you too, spiders and you know other creepy crawlies from crawling on you. So, all right. So then that is that. That is that. That is that. That is that. All right. So now just another quick look on the bag itself. So as you can see, we've got elastic three slots here for the elastic stuff. Then you have a pocket back here. Then you have a pocket back here as well. It goes down the whole side. So there's like several pockets there. Then in the middle section, you have a large pocket here with 4 more elastic straps here. And then finally on the top, you have this zippered portion. Put stuff in there and zip it up. So, if I'm not mistaken, yes. So, and then also, the other nice thing about this bag is that it actually is a Velcro panel. So, you can hook this up, and like, so let's say you have this like on your, like, you have it on your belt or something. You can take the pack off. So if you have it behind you, so it's easier to walk, you can actually take it off and then put it back. So it makes it a lot easier to move around and stuff. So so there's that, and it goes on pretty easily. So, but anyway, there's that, and then of course it'll strap on the front. But so now my thing is this, right? So if we compare the two, right? So both of them came with this. Both of them came with this, right? But fire is important, cordage is important. So not hating on it. So that gives us four fire steels because you got the 2 with the bracelets, the 2 full size ones. We got 2 of these things, and one of them I think is good because if you find it like an old water bottle, then you know you can purify your water. All you need is something. You need something to boil the water in, of course. But if you have water, you can this way you can strap it on, and now you can carry water freely. And that may not seem like a big thing, but if you are in a survival situation and you need your hands free for other stuff, it's good to have somewhere to have the water available. So I'm just saying, not something that I would buy, but if it comes with something, hey, we're okay. All right, now they both came with this knife. They both came with the whistle. They both came with the wire saw. They both came with the carabiner. They came with different ones, so we're not gonna count this as the same item because this is a little bit different. And this one also does have cordage as well. But this one actually came with your emergency blanket. The other one did not come with an emergency blanket. So, and this right here, this can keep you warm. This can be provided for shelter. But another thing, this one also came with the case. And so, my thing is this, is like, you can take this foam out of the inside of this, or leave it in, it doesn't really matter, but you can take the foam out, and say you're out foraging or something, you can use this, like say, you find mushrooms or berries or something, you can put them in here and you can close it up, and if you have the thin, like thin. You might want to like gut out a little bit of the paracord or something, so you just have like a single strand. But then you can like carry this down here too. So this allows you to carry something in the hard case. So, and I appreciate that. I really do. That's something that the other doesn't have. So now if we take out if we come over here, right, and we take out all of the extras from this kit, right? Well, we had 2 carabiners. They're a little bit different sizes, but still, carabiners are good. But we had 2 carabiners. Okay, so this is new. Scissors are new. Light sticks are new. Whistle is duplicate. Fire starters, a different, but we're gonna count as different. It's a different saber card. We got 2 of these now, and those things are junky anyway. They're just gonna snap. So, Now, one thing that we did not have with the original one that we do have with this is not just 1, but 2 light sources. You gotta have a battery, but so we have light sources. We have a spork, and then we have actual 550 cord, so we don't have to gut our bracelet yet. We have the multi-tool, and we have the shovel. So my thing is this, and there's a couple more products like this. One of them I haven't seen on YouTube yet. I'm planning on picking that one up and doing that video. But when you look at all of these, there's like, if you like merge these together, I think you can actually make somewhat decent. We're gonna try to make a decent Ozark Trails Survival Kit. And why is that? Is because Ozark Trails is sold through Walmart. And almost everybody in the United States has access to a Walmart. But you need to know what you're getting and, to figure out the best option to it. But this is one that I think that I'm gonna get a lot of enjoyment out of putting this kit together. Because I think that despite the fact that it is Ozark Trails, I do believe that there is a lot of potential in this Ozark Trails equipment. Now, I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's Ozark Trails. It's cheap, junky crap. And for the most part, yeah, I agree. This is, a lot of it is like, not like your high-end stuff. But at the same point in time, it's something that almost everybody does have access to. And so if you don't have, if you don't have access to it, then I think that it's something that can be really beneficial to grab. But again, like anything else, you have to know what you're playing with here. You have to know what you're dealing with. Now, one thing that I am doing is I'm actually going to try and incorporate this stuff in here as best as I can, because I think that, again, this is something that I think, you've got like all of your pockets, your compartments and everything, but I think that there's a lot of potential here to you've got some potential here to actually, and there's like a lot of times there's excess room in this. Okay, and so my goal is to get as much of this as I can and we're going to make us a somewhat decent Ozark Trails Survival Kit. And I think that any one of these by itself, I think is not that good. But I started looking, because I was looking at them all, and I'm like, there's and like I said, there's a couple more that I want to pick up. And I do still have the roadside kit that I got. So there's that as well. But the fact that this has like so many working parts to it, I think is something that we could definitely work with here. And again, having 2 knives is never a problem, especially when they're likely not to be the best knives out there. So the chances of them snapping or breaking is pretty high. But I think that as we can see, well, I can't really see, but we're going to so here we have our Ozark Trails Survival Kit. However, everything is in here except this. So now I think what I want to try to do is I want to incorporate this to go in the center, and then that way I can have 2 kits in one. And this is getting a little bit heavy, but I think that this is something that it could end up being a worthwhile venture, because a lot of this stuff in itself, like the fact that this one didn't come with a survival blanket, but this one did. This one came with lights. This one didn't. So it's almost like Ozark Trails is trying to say, yeah, you're going to have to buy more than one. And so that's what we're going to do. But again, they got a couple more that I want to look at so that we can even better flesh out this this kit. And this does have your PALS webbing on the front. So you could even hook like stuff on the outside. Like you could put one of your knives out here so you have access to it. Of course, you could put the knife in your pocket after, it's like, okay, we're in a survival situation. So what you break out your kit, you open it up, right? You get your light out because you want to have your flashlight available. You want your knife out because you have your knife available. Some of the stuff, you might get your bottle hook. So if you find a bottle, you can hook it up there. And then you put this on your belt. You might take the shovel out in case you need to get to the shovel without digging everything out. And then, yeah. And then if you have this in there, you empty the contents of this into the bag. You hook your rope onto here, and then that way, if you find stuff, you could put like say you find dry tinder, put the dry tinder in here, and it's not necessarily doesn't have like a seal on the inside, but I think that if you close this down, I don't think it's gonna get too wet in there, and so especially if it's like this, so the water runs down, and then that way you can also keep dry tinder with you. And then when you need to set up a fire, you have everything you need in one place. So that's it for the Ozark Trails, a 21-piece. Well, really 22 when you count the bag. And the bag might be the best thing in this because it's, it gives you a really good item to work with to carry everything. But that's your 21-piece camping survival kit from Ozark Trails. You can pick this up at Walmart. The weird thing was when I tried to buy this, I had to have an associate come and scan it in because it was restricted for some reason. So I think that, might be a little bit of government interference there, but whatever the case may be. Maybe because of the knife. I don't know. But anyway, that's it. If this is your first time on the channel, please consider subscribing. If you're already subscribed, remember to hit that thumbs up, leave me a comment, share this out. Until next time, keep prepping.